that actually makes $1,000 a day. It's a huge promise, I know, but today we're going to break down a systematic plan that's designed to do just that, the $1,000/day blueprint.
And yeah, let's just let that number sink in. $1,000. We're not talking about a month or even a week. We're talking about a single day. Now, it probably sounds impossible, but the whole point of this blueprint is to show you a step-by-step path to make it a real achievable goal.
So, the big question is, how, right? How do you actually build something from absolute scratch to hit a number like that? Well, this isn't about just dreaming big. The source material we're digging into today lays out a really detailed, day-by-day, 16-day plan to get there.
So here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with the core engine that powers this whole thing. Then, we're going to walk through 3 main phases: building your foundation, igniting the growth engine, and finally, activating what's called the evergreen system. And at the end, we'll wrap it all up with 4 key principles you absolutely have to remember.
All right, let's get right into it with the first phase, building your foundation. This is all about the first 3 days, and the goal here is to go from a total standing start, like from zero, to getting that first little taste of success, your very first sale.
But before we even get into what you do on day 1, we kind of need to look under the hood. The whole system, the entire thing, runs on one simple, repeatable process that you do every single day. This is the engine that drives everything else.
And here it is. This is the 4-step loop you're going to do day in and day out. First, you analyze the data from yesterday. What worked, what didn't. Second, you create new content, and the key here is using AI to make it fast. Third, you post and optimize it with all the right keywords and hashtags. And fourth, you get out there and engage with communities to grow your audience. This daily habit, this is what builds the whole thing.
What's pretty amazing is how tactical day 1 is. There's no fluff here, no find your passion stuff. The blueprint is all action. On day 1, you find one single product. You create faceless video content for it. That just means videos where you don't have to show your face, using AI scripts. You launch a free Shopify store, set up your automations, and start engaging with people. All of that happens on day 1.
So let's be really clear. The goal for these first 3 days is not to hit $1,000, not even close. The goal is way simpler. Just prove the concept. You just need to validate that your product and your content work by earning your very first $50 to $100. That first sale is the signal. It's the proof that you're on the right track.
Okay, so you've made that first sale. That's huge. Now we move into the second phase, and this is where things start to get really fun. We're talking about igniting the growth engine. This covers days 4 through 9, and the focus shifts big time, from just proving it works to consistently scaling it up.
This slide just shows you the acceleration perfectly. Look at those revenue goals. On day 3, you're just hoping to hit $100. But then, just 2 days later, by day 5, the target jumps to $500. And by day 7, you're already aiming for that full $1,000 a day goal. You can see how the strategy changes from just getting a sale to smart reinvestment and creating this powerful synergy. So how in the world do you make a jump that big in just a few days? Well, the secret is a concept the blueprint calls compounding growth, and this is the absolute heart of the scaling phase. You just take a small piece of the money you earn each day and you immediately pump it back into tiny little ads on whichever platform is working best for you. You're literally using your profits to fuel even more profits.
And this is the real game changer. You don't just stop doing the free organic stuff that got you started. No way. Instead, you add a layer of paid ads right on top of it. This creates this incredible synergy where your organic content finds new people thanks to the paid boosts, and your ads work better because you already have an organic presence. They just feed each other.
So that brings us to the final act, days 10 through 16, activating the evergreen system. This is where all that initial hard work really starts to pay off. The goal here is to create a business that can run and even grow with you barely touching it every day.
And what's the point of all this automation anyway? Well, this quote from the source material just says it all. The ultimate goal isn't just about the money. It's a mind-free, fully time-leveraged life. It's about building an asset that gives you your time and your freedom back.
So the kind of work you do every day completely changes in this phase. You're no longer in the trenches, grinding it out, creating every post, making every sale. Instead, your job becomes more high-level. You're basically monitoring the automated systems, looking at the data, and making little tweaks to keep the engine running perfectly.
So what does this evergreen system actually look like when it's all up and running? Well, this checklist is pretty much the end goal. Your AI-made content is batched and scheduled weeks ahead of time. Your sales funnels, all the emails and upsells are completely automated. Your ads are running and getting fine-tuned. And the big one, your revenue is stable right at that $1,000 a day target without you having to be there all the time.
Okay, so that's the whole 16-day journey, from zero to an automated $1,000 a day business. But let's just zoom out for a second and boil this all down to its core philosophy, because this whole blueprint is really built on 4 key principles you've got to remember.
And here they are. It's pretty simple, really. 1. Leverage free AI tools. Let the robots do the heavy lifting with content. 2. Start with organic, then add paid ads. Build a foundation with free traffic before you spend a dime on ads. 3. Let data beat guesswork. Let the numbers tell you what's working so you're not just guessing. And 4, maybe the most important, understand that consistency compounds. It's the small things you do every single day that add up to massive results.
So at the end of the day, this blueprint from the source material gives you a very, very detailed how. It's the system, it's the process, it's the roadmap. But it leaves the most important question unanswered. And that's the one for you to think about. What's going to be your what? What product, what niche, what idea are you going to plug into this engine?